Welcome to making a dichotomous key. Here we have a couple of objects. How can we sort them? We have options. We can sort them into the reds and the non-reds. We can sort them into rocks and non-rocks. And we can sort them into metals and non-metals. So we have options. I am going to go with reds and non-reds. The first thing you have to do in making a dichotomous key is to figure out how to first split up the objects. So let's split them into the non-reds and the reds. So we begin by having two parts to the first step, because in a dichotomous key, every step has to have two parts. So we will have the non-reds and the reds. If it is a non-red, we will go on to the next step. That would be step 2. For the reds, I'm not too sure where we're going to end up yet, so I'm going to leave that blank because I just don't know what step it's going to be yet. So we'll put them aside and let's go on to the non-reds. Looking at the 4 objects, I need to split them into 2 groups. I'm going to go with the rocks and the non-rocks. So I will call my 2 steps in step 2 rocks and non-rocks. For the rocks, I have got 2 options, so I have to say go on to the next step, which will be step 3. But for the non-rocks, I don't know what step it's going to be yet, so I will have to sit and leave that blank. On to step 3, our 2 rocks. I've got a light colored rock and I've got a dark colored rock. So my 2 parts to step 3 will be light colored and dark colored. This is something we'll get into the 4th quarter, but just as a preview, if it is a light colored rock, odds are it very well could be a granitic rock. If it is a dark colored rock, there's a good possibility it could be something called basaltic rock. But like I said, we'll wait till 4th quarter. Okay, we've taken care of our 2 rocks. We've identified them on our dichotomous key, so now we can put them aside. Let's look at our 2 non-rocks. We now know what step to go on, step 4, so I will write in step 4 and create step 4. For step 4, we have 2 objects. One is a metal, one is not a metal. So we will call it metal and non-metal. If it is a metal in this example, that is an aluminum block. And if it is a non-metal or plastic, then that is our Swedish chef. Okay, now we can move those aside and go back to our reds. And now we know what step we have to tell them to go to. Our next step will be step 5. So we can now fill in, go to step 5, and create our 2 parts. The biggest difference between these 2 red objects is that one is stretchy and the other is non-stretchy. If it is, gotta show it's not stretchy. If it is stretchy, that is a bungee cord. And if it is non-stretchy, it is something called a carabiner, and I'm too lazy to go look it up how to spell carabiner, so I will just say clip. There you have it. We have a fully functioning dichotomous key.